right, FightHype.com. Sean Zittel here with probably the best up and coming 154 pounder in the world. My man, undefeated Xander Zayas from Puerto Rico, fighting December 9th on ESPN from he's from Puerto Rico, but also spent a lot of time in Florida. So a little bit of a homecoming fight for Xander on ESPN against Spain's Jorge Fortea. And let's start there, Xander. Is this guy, when you watch him, is he like some of the Spanish fighters like Sandor Martin, a lot of movement? What are you expecting from Jorge?
Exactly that. You nailed it there. A lot of movement, a lot of counter punching, a lot of speed. He's not gonna engage so much. It's like as in he's not gonna be the first guy to always throw. He's gonna throw in combinations. So I'm expecting that. I'm expecting to having to you cut the ring, having to use my angles, my body work, my second attack, all of that. I feel like that's what's going to be key for this next fight. Obviously, my jab, setting up my distance to then hammer her with my right hands and my hooks. But I feel like I'm expecting somebody that is gonna move a lot for 10 rounds if it lasts the 10 rounds.
Are you a little bit like Cotto was, where you're comfortable being the hunter, you know how to cut the ring off, things like that?
I'm comfortable anywhere you put me, to be honest, Sean. Last fight, you guys saw that I was comfortable moving backwards and punching backwards, punching sideways. The fight before that, I was comfortable moving forward. So it's just, depending on what the fight asks for, that's what I'm going to give. I'm going to make the adjustments. And when it's time to go forward, I go forward. When it's time to move sideways, I move sideways. But yeah, I mean, it's more comfortable and it's easier to, just go fight forward because you don't have to get your legs as tired as if you fight going backward or going sideways.
Well, it's crazy. Before I jumped on the interview, I look at the rankings and I'm wow, Xander is already at number 2 with the WBO.
Sure.
Yeah, are we really that close to you fighting a Tszyu? You feel like?
Man, we are really close. Again, the next step is December 9th. I don't want to look anything further than that. But like you said, I'm knocking on the door. I'm knocking on the door. I think there's only Josh Kelly on top of me. Great fighter, but it's a fighter that I feel I'll beat, in the future if they give me that name. And whenever the company feels I'm ready, and they feel they're ready to take that next step, I'm going to take advantage of it.
I get it. You're focused December 9th, Jorge Fortea first, but so would you be willing to fight Josh Kelly soon to get from 2 to 1 if Zhu's not going to fight him?
If they give me the fight for the next fight after this one, I'll take it. That's how comfortable and that's how ready I feel like I am to take on that next step. Josh Kelly, again, great fighter. I haven't met him, but I feel like he has a great personality. But when it's my time, it's my time, and I feel like now it's Xander Zayas' time, and I'm gonna take over the whole division.
He's a flashy talent. Josh Kelly does a lot of flashy things. Do you feel like you're just more fundamentally sound than a guy like him?
He's flashy. I'm flashier and more fundamental. So that's what it comes down to. At the end of the day, all that flashiness is not gonna count. What counts is making the right adjustments, following the game plan, and just winning. And I've been able to do that for 17 fights.
I'm getting excited, bro, because now we're talking about the top 5. Like it's coming now, and yeah,
it's close. It's close now. Yep.
What did you think of Tszyu's last fight against Mendoza?
Man, he did good. I mean, he made the right adjustments. When Mendoza was doing amazing the first 5 rounds, outboxing him, he just found a way to land that right hand, that chopping right hand over the top, and stop Mendoza in his tracks. So overall, I feel like it was a fight that everybody kind of knew what was going to happen, but at the same time, kind of scared because of what Mendoza did to Fundora.
Mm-hmm.
So I feel like he made the right adjustment, but it was supposed to happen. He was supposed to be Mendoza.
Again, I know Jorge Fortea, but I can't help but think ahead. What do you think a fight like with you and Tszyu would look like? He applies great pressure, yeah.
Man, it's all about using the angles with him. It's all about using the angles, not letting him settle in his feet. If you let him sit down and start unloading in combinations and 1-2s, because that's normally what he throws, just 1-2s. He doesn't throw hooks to the body as much. He doesn't throw uppercuts as much. Only when he's in the inside. So as long as you keep him at distance and you keep him at bay and you outbox him, kind of like Floyd Mayweather did to Canelo back in the day, should be a good fight.
But you know, at the end of the day, you're a strong young Puerto Rican kid, so you're not going to be on the back foot all night in a potential Tim Tszyu fight, right?
That's what I'm saying though. Like that's when you make the adjustment. That the right way to beat him is to not let him settle because he's gonna be strong for 12 rounds if he needs to be, right? So it's all about draining him and start getting him into a position where he start rushing things to then apply everything else that I got, my power, my combinations, all of that. So but first I feel like the right move to do is just to outbox him, and when I have the chance, just let him know who's the boss.
Xander, Tim might watch this interview and go, "Oh, the young bull, he's saying my name now. Oh man, here we go. What do you like,
Man, all respect to Tim Tszyu. I mean, he's done the right things in his career to be in the position that he is right now. But again, it's my time, and I'm coming to take over. I mean, at the end of the day, it's business. I respect everybody that is in the boxing business because to be here and to be in this position, it takes a lot. But at the end, it's also business. So we gotta take care of business.
just to close on the Tim Tszyu stuff? Does that fight make more sense in the United States, or the money that it can draw in Australia? What do you think?
Oh man, in the United States,
I hear you.
definitely the United States.
Yeah,
That I mean, in Australia, it might be good. I mean, I've never fought in Australia. I've been to Australia, but never fought there. But not definitely United States will be a bigger fight.
let me just get your thoughts back on September 30. You predicted that fight correctly before the fight, Canelo and Charlo, but you had the 54-pound undisputed, losing to Canelo, and then you had Jesus Ramos, who we were kind of building him up on this side, and
Yeah,
you on this side, our Mexican
yeah.
prospect, our Puerto Rican prospect. He takes the loss to Lubin. Um, what did you think of Charlo's performance and how he got treated by media and fans afterwards, for trying to survive in most people's eyes? And what do you think of Ramos too?
Well, on Charlo's fight, I feel like he didn't try enough. Yeah, he had a 168 pounder in front of him. I was throwing bombs and wanted to destroy him. But I feel like he could have taken a bit more chances. I feel like after round 4 or 5, he was just there to not get knocked out. And as a champion, as an undisputed champion, you can't have that. You cannot go in there with that mindset. But again, maybe things change and maybe he saw something that we didn't see or he felt something we didn't feel, right? So he just went into that survival mode. But I feel like he should have tried a bit more. And then that Ramos Lubin fight, a lot of people say, and this is me personally, me thinking business wise in the future, obviously Puerto Rico, Mexico, Ramos, Xander Zayas would have been an excellent fight. But but that night he didn't make no adjustments. He didn't adjust. He didn't move the head. He didn't throw the jab. He didn't cut the ring. He was just a come forward fighter, throwing when he got the chance, and that's it. And Lubin just outboxed him. Lubin just out jabbed him. Lubin just out maneuver him. I mean, he was doing anything he wanted with the head. Just Ramos coming in, push the head to the side, get out to the other way. I feel like he just got outboxed that night. He didn't make the right adjustments. I do feel and I still feel like he's gonna be a good champion, and he's gonna find a comeback and he's gonna come back stronger. But he didn't make the adjustments that night.
And lastly, man, you're a man, at 21 years old, you're already a grown man. But figuratively speaking, is this performance at all to show the division, guys like Tim Tszyu and the champions, that the boy's really becoming a man now? Is that it? Yeah.
For sure. That's the next step. I feel like after this fight, I'm gonna this fight, I'm going to show the world and the whole division that Xander Zayas is not a kid anymore. The Xander Zayas is coming to take over. That is going to beat everybody they put in front of him, and that he's going to make all the adjustments necessary to become the best fighter that he could be. And at the end of the day, I feel like this is the right guy to do it with. Somebody that have fought for title eliminators. He has the experience. He's only been stopped once. So I'm ready to put on a show.
Sounds good to me, my man. I will be watching December 9th, as will all the boxing fans. If there's anything else you got to say, Xander, thank you, brother.
Man, Sean, thank you very much for always being there and supporting me. And to all the fans, December 9th, don't miss at ESPN. I'm gonna put on a show like I always do.
Thank you, Xander.
Thank you, brother.